Tonight on News 5 Live, in a shocking mid-afternoon execution in Lake Independence, Giovanni Ramirez was gunned down in a drive-by shooting on Amandala Drive. Meanwhile, Steven Flores faces charges for the fatal stabbing of his brother-in-law in Hopkins. Over in San Carlos, farmers are worried about their crops rotting in the fields. Could it be a political maneuver? And in Mesopotamia, Tracy Tager-Panton opens the doors of the new UDP headquarters to supporters. These stories and more are coming up in just 1 minute. Stay tuned.
Giving you 100 reasons to step back. But when you achieve your goal, they will follow you. Gorilla, make some noise.
At Belize Signs, we turn your ideas into reality. Whether it's billboards that command attention, banners that set the stage, or car decals that make a statement, we've got you covered. From lighted signs that shine in the darkest nights to magnetic signs that are easily interchangeable, we offer a wide range of options like billboards, banners, vehicle decals, lighted signs, magnetic signs, acrylic signs, metal signs, PVC signs, aluminum signs, vehicle wraps, vinyl prints, 3D lettering, awnings, wall murals, and a whole lot more. We're not just sign makers, we're brand enablers. Visit us today.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, January 9th. I am Sabrina Daly. The United Democratic Party faction, led by Albert Area Representative Tracy Tager-Panton, has a fresh new secretariat on Euphrates Avenue. On Wednesday, the Alliance for Democracy, a movement within the divided UDP, welcomed party supporters to their new digs. Interestingly, the building is owned by businessman and former Senate President Lee-Mark Chang. We had a chat with Tracy Tager-Panton earlier today, and she shared her vision and the necessity for a new headquarters under her leadership.
The UDP the Secretariat felt that we needed to have a proper space for us to do our work. As you are aware, our campaign has been initiated. We are in active campaign mode, and there has to be a space where we can do our business properly. The building that we now occupy is owned by the vice chairman of the party, Mr. Lee Mark Chang, and he made that resource available to us. We accepted it, of course. Resources are limited, but we need to have a command center, if you will. As you know, Marian, there are 18 standard bearers and 20 constituencies that align themselves with the work that we are doing. And so we need to be able to, for those standard bearers and members of the executive committees, to be able to come in and speak to us, or if there are lists that need to be printed, what is required for our readiness and preparedness whenever the elections are called.
Is Lee Mark Chang gearing up to challenge Shine Barrow in Mesopotamia? That's the burning question on everyone's mind. But the Alliance for Democracy is keeping mum for now. Mesopotamia has been a UDP fortress since the late 70s, a small but significant constituency. In 2020, the reins were handed over from veteran politician Michael Finnegan to his nephew, Shine Barrow. We caught up with Tracy Tager-Panton to find out if Lee Mark is ready to dive back into the political fray.
I think we have remained steadfast in our desire to defend our democracy internally within the party and externally, and we will continue to do that. Whether we have leverage or we don't have leverage will be determined by the people who will come out and vote on election day.
And then the report that Mr. Chang is also running in Mesopotamia under your leadership. Can you confirm?
I can't confirm at this time. There's a process outlined in the party's constitution of how we address when standard bearers need to be removed or replaced. That's usually initiated by the executive committee of that constituency. It's not initiated by a party leader. What I will tell you is that we are following as best as we can the constitution of the party. We have always been very respectful of the processes outlined in the constitution, and we will continue to do so.
Who will the United Democratic Party supporters back when they head to the polls on election day? Will it be the UDP under Shine Barrow's leadership, or will Tracy Tager-Panton take the helm? And perhaps the biggest question of all, can mediation resolve the leadership tussle before election day arrives? We posed these pressing questions to Tager-Panton earlier today. Here's what she had to say.
If I'm a UDP supporter, but I'm a little confused as to who is the leader, actual leader of the party, and I see that on the ballot paper when election is called, there are two names under UDP, one under Mr. Barrow and one under you. How do I decipher as a UDP voter who I vote for? Is one legitimate and the other not?
Well, I think that's premature. I think that question is premature. We have agreed to go to a mediated process, that it will be facilitated by the court, and we do so with a very open mind as to how we are going to approach that mediation. We don't know that we're going to have more than 31 candidates running for the United Democratic Party. Certainly, as it relates to our movement, we maintain that the standard bearers of the party are the standard bearers of the party. They were either elected in a convention, contested convention, and they were approved or ratified in a endorsement convention, and you can't just willy-nilly dismiss that. Like I said, the Constitution outlines a process if that needs to happen. And so for us, there are 31 UDP candidates that will be running for the next elections.
On Monday, Dr. Christopher Malcolm made an appearance on Open Your Eyes and later held a Zoom press conference with reporters. Representing opposition leader Shine Barrow, the attorney claimed that Albert Area Rep. Tracy Tager-Panton, leader of the Alliance for Democracy, is in contempt of a High Court order regarding the disputed leadership of the United Democratic Party. Today, Tager-Panton fired back, refuting Dr. Malcolm's claims and clarifying that the interim injunction only pertained to access to the UDP headquarters on Youth for the Future Drive.
This statement was made by the attorney repeatedly. It is the attorney for Mr. Barrow's view, I suppose Mr. Barrow's view, that I am in contempt of court. We don't share that view. The interim injunction that was provided by Judge Hondura dealt with one issue and one issue only, and that had to do with the access and the use of the party organs, which is the access to the headquarters, and the use of the party organs, which is the Wave and Guardian, by the movement. And the judge said, for now, until the substantive matters can be heard and this matter can be addressed legally, it reverts to the status quo. It said, the judge said nothing about the leadership of the party. He spoke strictly to the use of the building and the use of the party organs, meaning the Wave and the Guardian newspaper.
Coming up, Giovanni Ramirez killed in Lake Independence.
Law in Belize that allows the law enforcement authorities to investigate and ask the courts to forfeit criminal property that may be derived from offenses such as corruption, drug trafficking, and fraud. It's called the Civil Asset Recovery and Unexplained Wealth Act. If all of a sudden you see somebody with all this money, cars, property, living the life, but they don't have a job or a business or any obvious sort of income, that's going to raise some huge red flags. So you may be wondering, could this potentially affect you? What if someone else is supporting you? No problem, that can be easily proven. What if you inherited the money? No problem, that's not hard to prove either. What if you operate a mostly cash-based business? Also no problem, just keep proper receipts and you're good. The new law does not exist to unreasonably target anyone. The FIU won't just go after random people for no reason. There are certain legal conditions, for example. The authorities have to prove the connection to the property and an offense. One of the biggest safeguards is that the process still has to go through the courts. So there's nothing to fear about the new law. Let's take the money out of crime. This message was brought to you by the Financial Intelligence Unit and the U.S. Embassy, Belmopan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Take control with My Social Security, your secure online account to manage all your social security information. To create a My Social Security account, you must be 14 years or older and have a valid email address. Visit the My Social Security self-service portal at ssbportal.org.bz. Click on Create Account. Enter your date of birth and phone number. Next, verify your email address to continue. To verify, simply enter your email address and click the Send Verification button. Enter the verification code sent to your email inbox to proceed. Next, create a password that meets the requirements. Enter the name and select the reason for your account. Then click Create. Your My Social Security account was successfully created. Your information security is our priority. If you have a Social Security number, click Link My SSN to link your Social Security number to your account and activate using the steps in your confirmation email. If you do not have a Social Security number, click Register with SSB. You are now ready to truly experience Social Security at your fingertips.
Digi is bringing the power of connectivity to every corner of Belize with our Digi on-the-go mobile store.
Ma, Digi dia.
Digi dia?
Don't say. Sign up for the fastest, most reliable home fiber service, purchase the latest device, or explore our wide range of services. This one-of-a-kind mobile store has it all. Our dedicated team brings the same high-quality in-store experience to you, ensuring you stay connected with friends, family, and the world.
You guys bringing the mobile here, it's really helpful, saving a lot of money for people going from the town, especially like in Punta Gorda, which is 25 miles away from here, which will cost a couple dollars for them to reach there. So having these caravan here, it's a lot easier, it's a lot cheaper, and you know, people are taking advantage. As you can see, we have a lot of people coming out today to purchase some of these devices, top-ups and even postpaid that they're eager to have, no?
Digi is connecting Belize one community at a time. Look out for the Digi on-the-go mobile store with exclusive deals and offers in a community near you. Follow us on our Digi Facebook page to see where we will be next.
Digi, our national telecom.
Hi, I'm Darina.
And I'm Ishmael.
Welcome to our home,
the culture capital of Belize,
Dangriga. Our town is known for the rich culture and heritage of the Garinagu who settled here, making it their home since the 1800s. The Garinagu are an ethnic group with mixed ancestry of African, Arawak, and Carib. On May 18, 2001, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, proclaimed the Garifuna language, music, and dance a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. My town depends heavily on the sea for our livelihood, culture, and food.
All our leaders are talking about climate change, but for many Belizean children like us, we don't get to talk about it, we live it.
Exhibit A. I am standing in the Grace Ramirez Memorial Park.
Because of coastline erosion, children from the nearby school are losing this space to play and enjoy school breaks.
It's not only our town. Other children in Belize experience it too. If you took a drive going farther down south, Monkey River is a community in the Toledo district that has also been losing its beaches for decades. In our western and northern districts, each year hurricanes like Eta and Iota cause flooding that displace many children from their homes and communities. UNICEF and other humanitarian organizations support affected families as they learn to adjust to the changes in our weather and environment. A recent UNICEF report, the Children's Climate Risk Index, presents clear evidence showing that over 99% of children are already exposed to at least one climate or environmental shock, with approximately 1 billion children at an extremely high risk from the impacts of climate change.
This is why climate change is actually a child rights crisis. Not only does it affect children, but children and young people can also be a part of climate action.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Giovanni Ramirez, known as the whistleblower in the high-profile case that led to the conviction and imprisonment of attorney Oscar Salgado, is dead. Ramirez was gunned down this afternoon on Partridge Street in Belize City. The assailants, believed to be two men on a motorcycle, ambushed Ramirez while he was driving towards Mahogany Street, killing him on the spot. This shocking murder leaves a trail of questions about who was behind it and what it means for Salgado's upcoming appeal. News 5's Marian Ali has more on this developing story.
Residents near the intersection of Partridge and Mahogany Streets were left in shock just before 2 p.m. today when a barrage of gunshots rang out, followed by a loud crash. Rushing outside, they discovered a man in a red SUV had been shot and crashed into a cement fence. Police arrived quickly to find the driver's window riddled with bullet holes and the driver dead inside. Shell casings were scattered across the street. The incident occurred alarmingly close to two schools and a construction site. The victim was identified as 30-year-old Giovanni Ramirez, who made headlines in June of 2024 for his role in the case against attorney Oscar Salgado. Ramirez had provided crucial information to Commissioner of Police Chester Williams, accusing Salgado of trying to hire him to kill Marilyn Barnes, who had filed a complaint against Salgado. Ramirez's audio recordings of their conversations mysteriously disappeared, and he never testified in court out of fear for his life. Instead, Commissioner Williams relayed Ramirez's account, leading to Salgado's conviction. Salgado remains in prison awaiting an appeal. Ramirez also made news in May when he was arrested and charged with gang membership. He was detained while signing in at the police station, a condition of his high court bail pending an investigation into an attempted murder from 2 months earlier. Today, police recovered nearly a dozen shell casings and have begun their investigation into Ramirez's murder. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Late this evening, Police Commissioner Chester Williams told News 5 that investigators are looking at several possible motives related to the murder of underworld figure Giovanni Ramirez. These possible motives include the fact that he was the key witness in the trial against convicted criminal Oscar Salgado and ongoing gang rivalry in the area. Williams also said that the department will be proactive in preventing any retaliation.
Sometime after 1:30 p.m. thereabout, police received information of shots fired on Amandela Drive, that's in St. Martin's area of Belize City. Upon arrival, they encountered a red Ford Explorer, and the Explorer exhibited bullet holes on the window. Inside that vehicle, police found the lifeless body of Giovanni Ramirez, and his body exhibited multiple gunshot injuries. He was taken to the KHMH where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Police are investigating the matter at this time as a case of murder. We have persons of interest that we're looking for, and we're hoping that we will be able to get some tangible information that will be able to help us to solve this latest murder.
Do investigators believe that he was parked there for a long while?
No, he was not parked there. He had just left an area on Cemetery Road, and he was going to Set Site to see his family who lives in Set Site when he was attacked by two men on a motorcycle.
Do they believe he was followed and ambushed?
Well, it would appear that they might have been monitoring him from some time, because he had left home where he lived on Levi Slusher Street, and from there he went to see an attorney, and from there he went to the tire shop on Cemetery Road, and from there he was going to Set Site when he was ambushed by the two persons on the motorcycle who fired the fatal shots at him.
What is the motive police are looking at?
At this time, we don't have a definitive motive. I know that there are several theories out there at this time, but we cannot affirm those theories at this presently, no.
We know that Ramirez was an undercover figure, and he was a prime suspect of one of the murders that happened last year, and of course the main witness for the trial against Oscar Salgado. Are those factors that the investigators are looking into?
Of course, we have to look at every possibility. We're looking at every possibility, yes.
Do you believe that it was a hit on the hitman?
We don't have anything to substantiate that, and again, I don't want to say nothing that would lead back to Mr. Salgado, because I don't see why Salgado would want him dead at this time. Honestly, I don't see why. But like I said before, we're looking at every possibility.
Since it happened on PIV turf, do you believe it was some rival gang-related business?
We're looking at people from PIV and other areas as suspects.
Specifically BLC?
We're looking at people from PIV and different areas as suspects.
In terms of the weapon use, some neighbors or witnesses are saying that they heard what appeared or what sounded like automatic weapon.
We can't say if the weapon used was automatic, but they're handguns.
It happened near a school as well. Our police, what are you thinking of in terms of strategy and to prevent retaliation?
We do have a police patrol in that area, a foot patrol, but apparently the foot patrol was on the back street. So they were not in the area where it actually took place. So the St. Martin's area do have a substantial amount of police presence. But again, we know that criminals do monitor the movements of the police in order for them to execute what they want to do. So we have to look at it more closely to see what can be done to tweak our efforts in the area. I was on the grounds earlier, and I am sure that LIU is going to get on the grounds. So will Brother Nuri, and we will do what we can to avert any retaliation. At this time, I have been given the assurance that there's going to be no retaliation, but I'm not going to sleep on that. I will still do what needs to be done to ensure that we stem whatever possible retaliation there may be.
37-year-old Stephen Flores from Hopkins has been charged with the murder of 18-year-old George Brown. While this brings some relief to Brown's family and friends, the public is still buzzing with questions about how the Hopkins police handled Flores' arrest. The incident allegedly began when Brown asked Flores to take off a jacket that belonged to him. Flores, who had been living with Brown's sister, Everil Kelly, for the past 8 years, refused. The two parted ways but soon crossed paths again, leading to a confrontation where Flores reportedly threw a bicycle at Brown. A fist fight ensued, and Flores allegedly pulled out a knife and fatally stabbed Brown. Everil Kelly is now speaking out, criticizing the police after an amateur video surfaced showing the arrest of her common-law husband. News 5's Marian Ali has more on this story.
Change the feeling that we lost, we leave baby, and change the feeling. We still hurt, we hurt, very hurt.
Everil Kelly, the sister of 18-year-old George Brown, who was stabbed to death on Wednesday morning, says the murder charge brought against her common-law husband, Stephen Flores, does not ease the family's pain.
After watching a video yesterday with the police, looked like the police, they protect him. It was so hurt for my family, very hurt, and going to the station to identify the murder weapon and seeing the murder weapon with no blood on it, like what happened to the blood? What happened to the blood on the knife?
Kelly questions the officer's handling of Flores' arrest.
I think if a different police officer was on the scene other than Mr. Palazzo, I know him as Bling, as one of Stephen's friends. I think if it was any other police officer, it would went completely different.
You're saying that the policeman who went to arrest your common-law husband is his friend?
Yes, that is his friend. I know him as his friend.
They hang out together?
They hang out together. The police drive to our house, pay Stephen regular visit. It hurt me to see that, they just don't respect my little brother dead. He to protect this man after this man don't kill my brother. He have the murder weapon in his hand, they played it like they were toys. What happened to the blood made upon the murder weapon? I gang identified this weapon this morning and there was no blood on it. who wiped the blood.
Jaden Rubio is the cousin of the deceased George Brown. He was with Brown the night before he was killed.
We were at Tandoori first, taking a couple drinks, and after that, he tell me, Jay, let's go at Driftwood and have a nice burger because they sell nice burger there. And I tell him, real G, alright G, because I tired of eat at Tandoori, you know. So we went at Driftwood last night, enjoyed last night. Not knowing that was the last night, I'm seeing my cousin, you know. We ate burger together, drink a couple drinks together. After that, I tell him, G, I could go home and chill out and watch a movie, you know. And after that, we come and watch a movie. Not knowing that was the last night, you know, I was going to hang out with G.
Rubio said he saw Brown the same morning, but from a distance, and had planned to go meet him later that morning.
I start up my motorbike, and then I hear my cousin Ezekiel call me. You going to the gym for a coffee? I tell him yes. And I see G came out, and G was like watching me, and I tell G, wait here G, I'm coming back for you right now. I'm just going to get a coffee, me and Ezekiel. And he'll be like, alright. And I saw him lock back the door, but my intentions now was like, G went back and sleep, you know. Not knowing when we went all the way to the gym, someone came here, and I don't know, maybe his cousin came here and called him. That's when he get in the altercation, you know, with the guy from Dangriga. Right. But the guy my cousin approached him nice and asked him for his jacket, and he didn't want to give my cousin his own jacket, you know. So my cousin get a little bit upset, and he, not knowing the other guy has a knife on him. That's when my cousin tried to protect himself, and my little brother tried to protect two of them, and he ended up grabbing my cousin, and it looked like he ended up stabbing my cousin.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
According to Police Commissioner Chester Williams, investigators have an airtight case against Stephen Flores. He has been charged with the murder of 18-year-old George Brown. However, the victim's family has expressed concerns about the way that police officers on the ground handled the situation in Hopkins. They say that video clearly shows a police officer clearly contaminating the murder weapon. We asked Williams about it.
Well, we believe that it's a very good case. Again, the conduct of persons following the murder, I saw on the news yesterday the video footages that were shared. It shows that there was absolutely no regards or respect given to the police. This accused person was already in police custody, and here comes a group of persons throwing missile at him. Again, people have to understand, when police have a prisoner in custody, the police have charge of that person's security. So anything that happens to that person in the charge of the police, then the police becomes liable. And so the police have a duty to secure the safety of any prisoner in their care. So these people who stoned the man, whatever, while he was in police custody, was totally out of order. And the accused person, again, to have been armed with a machete, chasing behind these same people, again, that was also wrong. And that also showed poor judgment on the part of the police. So there is some things that we need to look at in terms of training and sensitizing our officers in terms of how to react to situations like those. And I think for the most part the officers were reluctant to use their weapons the way they could have, because they feared that had they done so they would be in trouble. But the young man with the machete chasing these people, certainly he presented a good opportunity for the police to have been able to shot him. And likewise, those who were throwing missiles at the suspect while he was in police custody, the police could have used force on them with their weapons, but the police did not. So on that respect, I do commend the police for exercising great restraint, but at the same time, I believe that they could have handled the situation much different.
The family sees it a different way. They told us that from what they saw on the ground was that the police was basically protecting this individual because the accused person and the police officers are friends in the village.
The police have a responsibility to protect every person in the police care. So if they are saying that the police was protecting him, they are right. And that is the duty of the police. Can you imagine what would have happened if that prisoner was killed in care of the police? What the public would have said? What you, the media, would have also said, right? You would have threw the police and spit them out, because the truth is that would have been unjustifiable. There's nothing that the police would have been able to do or say to justify any such action. And when it comes to compensation, we would have to pay, the state would have to pay. Because if a prisoner is even hurt in the care of the police, unjustifiably so, they can sue and collect compensation for it.
You spoke about training for the police officers' reaction to a situation like that. What about handling what appeared to be evidence? The knife that was apparently used with that. The police officer did not wear any gloves. The family is concerned that he may have contaminated key evidence in that case.
That would have been the ideal situation, yes, for the police to be wearing gloves. But I don't think that there's any dispute to the effect that the young man had the knife and he stabbed the accused person. I think that is going to come clear through evidence of the witnesses who were there. So I don't see the actions of the police affecting the strength of the case any at all.
After the break, farmers in San Carlos stuck with slowly rotting carrots. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
Are you looking for a career where success has vast potential? As an agent with RFNG Life Insurance, you'll be a part of a dynamic team that values ambition and hard work. Our agents enjoy numerous benefits, including flexible working hours, high earning potential, and thorough training programs. Why is becoming an agent important? Because you get to shape your future. You will help clients achieve their dreams, and in doing so, you'll achieve yours. Starting on your first day, you'll receive thorough training and continuous professional development. Our cutting-edge tools and resources will equip you to excel in the field. Achieving your goals as an agent is simple with our well-defined roadmap to success. We provide mentorship, performance incentive, and a vibrant community to help you stay motivated and on track. Our support network is second to none. You'll have access to experienced mentors, a collaborative team environment, and recognition programs that help you celebrate your milestones and achievements. Contact us today and become a part of something extraordinary. RFNG Life Insurance, your future, our commitment.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V Department Store. At the V, you'll find a vast array of products at unbeatable prices, from basic groceries and cutting-edge electronics to home essentials and, yes, stunning furniture as well. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at The V, conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City.
That I know you love them all incandescent light, but they like give off a lot of heat, easy for broke, and use more than 5 times the energy. This year, we going LED, okay? Let it go. Okay, let it go.
Making the change to LED this holiday season can make a big difference in your energy usage. Talk to your family about energy management today. Do a little, conserve a lot. Need help? The BEL 24/7 app has tools to get you on the right track. Download today and let's talk energy management.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Honda Navi, a partner you can rely on. Benquit, equipment, parts, service.
Farmers in San Carlos Village, Orange Walk, are feeling the frustration as they struggle to sell their produce at a fair price. Several farmers have planted thousands of dollars worth of carrots ready for harvest and sale. However, they claim that competition from other carrots on the market and a lack of interested buyers have left their crops rotting in the ground. Today, News 5's Brittany Gordon visited some of these farmers to hear their pleas for government intervention.
What you're seeing is a carrot field on 200 acres of farmland. It belongs to Ruben Perez, a farmer from San Carlos. In about 2 weeks, his carrots will start to rot. They've been ready for sale since December, but Perez says there haven't been any buyers.
The problem we have right now with the carrots is that we can't sell it. We have a problem with selling carrots. We don't have buyers, and well, we are ready from first week of December. It's 1 month now, and the problem is that we call the buyers that import the Mexican carrots, and now when we call them, they say, some of them say that they can sell too much, they just could buy a little bit, and they are big importers of Mexican product, and now when we have the local carrots product, now they don't want a lot, and I don't understand why.
Farmers are saying their carrots aren't selling because of competition from both imported and contraband carrots. However, Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo May clarified that Belize doesn't import carrots when there's enough local supply to meet demand. He insists that this issue is just a political ploy, a tactic used by several political figures in the past.
Carrots is a bad topic to use for political mileage as primary school politics. Tracy tried it, she failed. Shine tried it afterwards, and he also failed. Alright? This is a matter of supply and demand. The Ministry of Agriculture has never, I will never issue importation of carrot permits when we are harvesting carrots, when our farmers are. That is a fundamental rule in the Ministry of Agriculture. That will not happen. As to contraband, the Ministry of Agriculture does not control contraband. We try to work with customs, immigration, customs, quarantine, Baja, but we have porous borders. But up to now, we haven't seen enough evidence of illegal importation of carrots because the quality is known.
He also pointed out that part of the problem is the short shelf life of carrots. which makes it even harder to sell them quickly.
What we have is a problem we have every year with carrots. We have 90 acres planted in the country right now. 50 acres is planted in Carrot District and 25 in Orange Walk. Another 5 or 6 acres in Corozal, another 6 acres in Stan Creek. Alright? The problem is that the carrots seem to come into Boloka all at one time. Why? Because it's seasonal, so everybody plants at the same time. Secondly, carrots have 0 shelf life.
Cornelia Schmidt shared that it takes about 120 days for carrots to be ready for harvest. If they stay in the ground any longer, they risk rotting.
What we have here, winds is beginning like brown, so now it's time to harvest. Well, the carrots takes 120 days. When this finish, you could look in the fields like this. Yeah, that's where you can look, then it's time to harvest.
Paris is puzzled about why importers are hesitant to buy local carrots. He suspects that the wax coating on imported carrots makes them more attractive to buyers. With about $15,000 invested in this year's carrot crop, Paris fears this challenge could spell trouble for the future of his farming career.
They need the pressure of the Minister of Agriculture, because I could say how if they could buy 40,000 pounds when they are importing. They buy that weekly, that amount, and now that we have, they can't buy the same amount. And that's why I call the news that they could help us, and we are here to tell the ministers of agriculture, like the Prime Minister too, that we need make them help us, because this is our job that we do, and we depend in totality in this work.
This is an issue that the Ministry of Agriculture acknowledges and has been attempting to rectify.
We encourage them to buy from the local producer. So we said to them, if you want to continue importing, if you want to continue benefiting from farmers, you need to buy our local products. Okay, so right now, yesterday I sat down with the government issues permits, and we're reviewing that list. And if they can't prove to us that they are supporting our farmers, we will have to put the brakes on them. And I said that to them, in no way we will allow them to continue importing if they do not buy from our local farmers. I'm sorry.
Just a short distance from Paris's farm, another farmer is anxiously waiting to harvest about $8 million worth of potatoes. He's worried that he might face the same challenges when it comes time to sell. Minister Mai has tried to reassure farmers, stating that there are no active licenses for potato imports. However, despite the ministry's assurances, local farmers say they haven't received any government assistance and are uncertain about their next steps. UDP standard bearer for Orange Walk South claims that several farmers are hesitant to speak out, fearing persecution.
I was speaking to them and I was telling them, convincing them to come up, to step up and give their interview about what is really happening with their crop and everything. But they always say that they're afraid, so that whenever help comes, the little help that comes, they will not be able to get that help because they come out and see what is happening. But what I usually tell them is that they should not be afraid, because the help comes to everyone, to every farmer. And if you get victimized by this government, that means that something is really wrong.
Minister Mai is optimistic that the demand for carrots will pick up within the next 2 weeks. Looking ahead, he revealed that the ministry has plans to industrialize the sector over the next 5 years by setting up an agro-processing facility in Orange Walk. This move aims to add value to Belize's local crops and boost the agricultural industry. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Sugarcane farmers across Belize are still anxiously waiting for the sugar roads to be repaired. Earlier this week, we reported that sugarcane deliveries have been crawling due to the terrible condition of the roads, which has severely impacted sugar production in the north. On Wednesday, Prime Minister John Bersenio acknowledged the farmers' struggles and assured the public that the roads will be fixed eventually. He explained that funds have already been allocated for the repairs, but the heavy rains Belize has been experiencing have delayed the process. Today, we asked the Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, if there's any timeline for these much-needed repairs. Here's what he had to say.
I can't give a timeline as when the weather will fix it. It's raining a lot. The Prime Minister this morning, said, I think on a talk show, he said that he has okay, $9 million for repair Sugar roads, but you cannot repair Sugar road when it's raining, right? If we have given out contracts for, if they continue work, it's raining, and roads are destroyed again, they will be blamed, and they don't take that blame. And if we do that, it is not wise for us to take taxpayers' money, throw it on Sugar roads, it rains the following day, and that taxpayer money gone responsibly. So we have to be timely. We have to choose the time when it is right for us to fix the road.
The Ministry of Agriculture has confirmed a second case of screwworm in Belize. The first case of this highly destructive parasite was detected in late December in Crique-Sarco Village, Toledo District. This Saturday, another case popped up in Toledo, this time in San Pedro, Colombia. We spoke with Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, who shared that this case likely originated in Guatemala as well.
Screwworms only move in a number of ways, right? The first one is the flies. The flies. The closest point to Guatemala's case from our border was 11 miles. It could have easily been a fly flew into the country, right? And laid eggs on a woman, and therefore we had the first case. Secondly, there is a strong connection between the farmers in Toledo and Guatemalan farmers. They exchange cattle, it seems. And so that could have been the second possibility. The animal may have arrived in masses in vehicles. No, we will not import cattle for human consumption and all. But those two possibilities are the only two that we have reviewed, and the epidemiologists believe could be the source of entry into the country. In the case right now in San Pedro, Colombia, we are still not sure how it got there. We have investigated around the neighborhood. If any animals were imported into the area, we can't find evidence of it. We believe that it's too far away from the deep jungle to say it is wildlife, and so we are not too certain. We haven't ascertained yet what was the source, but we have people on the ground. We have 1,000 people on the ground or more that are doing a house-to-house campaign and a farm-to-farm campaign to ensure that there are no more cases on the ground.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, has rolled out new restrictions on live animal imports from Belize, effective January 3rd, 2025. This move follows Belize's confirmation of its first case of New World screwworm in late December. Under the new rules, ruminants like goats and cattle, as well as swine, are banned from entering the U.S. Dogs can still be imported, but they must have a health certificate confirming they've been inspected for screwworm. Horses will also need to undergo inspection and isolation upon arrival. Earlier today, Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo May reassured News 5 that these restrictions are unlikely to have a significant impact on Belize's trade sector.
We're the last country in Central America to have contacted screwworm, right? We're the last country in Central America. Mexico had it first on us. When Mexico had the case of screwworm, the U.S. did put sanctions on them until they reviewed and made changes to the export protocol. So the Mexicans use the same protocol with us, Belize, or intend to use the same protocol with us, Belize. So we have screwworms now in Belize. We have 2 cases confirmed, but Mexico has never stopped or closed the door on our exports for cattle. As a matter of fact, they are helping us by reducing the number of quarantine days from 21 to 7 days, so that we could export on a different protocol, easier and less expensive. All they want for us to do animal inspection and thorough treatment before we export cattle to them, but it has not affected us. And if the U.S. put that on the website, we do not export any livestock to the U.S., so it does not affect us in any way.
When we return, wildfires in LA claim 5 lives. Belizeans in diaspora on edge.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connections. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
The Ministry of Sustainable Development and Climate Change through the Department of the Environment, Belize Solid Waste Management Authority, in collaboration with Belize Recyclers Association, the Scouts Association, and Oceana Belize presents National Cleanup Day 2025 under the theme Our Belize, Our Responsibility. Bin it. Join us on Saturday, January 18, 2025, starting at 6 a.m. for a countrywide activity calling on schools, churches, communities, leaders, youth group, government ministries, NGOs, and individuals across the country to organize your own event. Select a location in your community and register today. In honor of Honorable George Price on National Service Day, we invite you to join us in keeping our communities clean, whether it's picking up trash along the highways, streets, and rivers, beautifying a park, painting a public space, or planting a tree. Your efforts can make a meaningful impact. Choose a location in your community. Register online today by visiting the Ministry and the Department of the Environment Facebook pages or contact any of our partner organizations. Deadline for registration is January 6, 2025. We need champions like you to make a huge impact. It's simple yet powerful way to improve the environment and create a beautiful, cleaner and safer place for all of us. For more information, call 828-4855 or 822-0160. Let's unite for a cleaner Belize.
In Belize, we value our families, we value our communities, we value our neighbors. 90% of Belizeans think it's time for laws that protect all of us and reflect society at its best. 94% of Belizeans agree that public spaces in Belize should be more accessible to people living with disabilities. In Belize, we believe in fair treatment and supporting one another. We know that our beautiful country is at its best when we come together for the greater good. 2 out of 3 Belizeans support a new law to prevent discrimination in employment and public spaces. It shouldn't matter where we come from, who we love, or what we look like. Belizeans deserve to live our best lives. It's time for laws that protect all of us and reflect our society at its best. Equal Opportunities Bill. Belize, we're ready.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
With the 2025 elections looming, politicians across Belize are gearing up for the big day. In the north, Orange Walk South area representative Jose Abelardo Mai is already getting ready. We caught up with him earlier today to see how he's feeling as the fateful day approaches. Here's what he had to say.
What's the elections preparations looking like for you as you gear up for this day that's coming at any moment?
My preparations for elections, my preparations are geared to winning again. We are organizing our committees. We are already preparing our machinery. We are already oiling up. We will be ready.
So you're confident moving into the elections?
Absolutely. You've seen lately the highway being paved with the grass. You've seen the electrification project now going up in San Carlos near church. We've seen improved livelihoods in the area because of employment. We've seen the income generation to families going just so for policies in our culture. You've seen our poverty rates go down. So many things you can see.
Fierce wildfires raging out of control in the Los Angeles area have tragically claimed 5 lives and forced nearly 200,000 people to flee their homes. Firefighters are battling to contain the blazes, which continue to spiral out of control. Thankfully, Belizeans in the area have remained safe, but they're keeping a close watch on the situation. Today, 2 Belizeans living in the diaspora joined us on Open Your Eyes to share what they're witnessing on the ground.
So central area Los Angeles is close it when it comes to Belizean community. We're the largest Caribbean community here. So we're spread, so everybody attention is on this, you know. Everybody wishing the best for everybody because a lot of friends, family, loved ones affected directly with this. Never had this happen here before, you know.
I'm in the Gardena area at the moment. I work at UCLA, which is in Westwood, which is closer to the Palisades area. And so because of that, UCLA, we just got word late last night that UCLA canceled classes for undergraduate students. And for grad students, they're going to go remote. For us, we're going to be working remote also the next 2 days just for our safety. For, anything can happen. It's moving pretty quickly. And so until it can contain it, that's where we stand. And it's very devastating, you know. I could speak from my experience with UCLA that students are displaced. I got word late last night and some images from one of my cousins. He was being picked up by his mom. And the parking lot, this is after 11 p.m., the parking lot was packed. And that's because a lot of parents and families are picking up their kids, their loved ones, and taking them home probably for the weekend just to be safe.
Up next, Corozal Free Zone Access Road is officially inaugurated.
For low-cost television advertising, have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Earlier today, the Corozal Free Zone Access Road was officially inaugurated. The event saw Prime Minister John Briceño, Free Zone CEO Neri Ramirez, and other key representatives from the government of Belize and the Central American Bank for Economic Integration in attendance. Here's News 5's Isani Catano with the full story.
The Ministry of Economic Development has just announced the opening of a brand new Corozal Free Zone Access Road. This transformative infrastructure project is set to boost economic opportunities, connectivity, and progress for both the Corozal district and the entire nation. The newly constructed road is 1.6 kilometers and is a key investment under the Plan Belize medium-term development strategy, which promotes economic transformation and growth.
Plan Belize is a transformative document. It's a document that plans out the work of Belize for the next 10, 15, 20 years from now. And I want to take the opportunity to thank all our elected representatives and the cabinet that have worked diligently and worked day in, day out to be able to bring the kind of success that we are now witnessing in Belize. When you think back about Belize of November 2020 to the Belize of today, of 2025, it's a totally different Belize that you're seeing. We have seen the development of the free zone, that the free zone have had unprecedented growth, and that they have turned it around from having it closed down to where today we have over 1,600 people working, and we have even 1,000 plus more people in direct jobs that we have.
The project kicked off in January 2024 and wrapped up in less than a year, a true testament to efficient planning and execution. This new road enhances access to the Corozal Free Zone, making transportation of goods and services smoother, boosting trade and attracting investment to the area.
I stand before you today with pride, joy, and heartfelt gratitude. No me queda nada más que darle las gracias. This journey began in 2020 when we first assumed office. At that time, we inherited a Corozal Free Zone that was closed, lack of proper infrastructure, and was in a serious debt. All that, and also let me not forget that we were in a pandemic. How far have we gone home? This route was one of the first things I added to my to-do list. If you know me, my to-do list is a very secret, and I've tried my best to accomplish all things that I add to it.
The project's success was a true team effort, thanks to the generous contributions from various stakeholders. They include the Central American Bank for Economic Integration, CABE. It kicked things off with a hefty grant of 1.9 million Belize dollars. The government of Belize chipped in with another 1 million Belize dollars. The Protecting the Areas Conservation Trust, PACT, played a crucial role by adding 200,000 Belize dollars to ensure the project's sustainability. Lastly, the Corozal Free Zone invested 150,000 Belize dollars, rounding out the collaborative support that made this project possible.
The infrastructure development is one that is so important in any component that is related to economic development and economic growth, but more important, to enable a friendly environment for the private sector and consumers. I recall back, it was January as well of last year, when we were here and part of the road was closed because of the dilapidated conditions the Corozal Free Zone Road was. So even though it's a two-way lane, one of the lanes was non-functional, non-existent, where bush was actually, or the grass was actually coming in to take over that part of the road. Small vehicles were having issues to come into the Corozal Free Zone. And when you look at the Corozal Free Zone, is a vital component and contributors to Belize's GDP.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isana Cayetano.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.